look, be the person that can make someone believe in what you're talking about, right? Because influence means you believe that I believe what I'm saying.
Audio Jungle.
Genesis Podcast is about to start. Join us as we interview Adam Perry, CEO, and Isaiah Pheiffer, CCO of White Piano Group from the USA.
Welcome to the first episode of Genesis Podcast. I'm your host. I'm Tiago Castro. I'm a Portuguese man from the north. Today we are with a brand called White Piano Group. I'm here with the CCO, Isaiah Pheiffer, and the CEO, Adam Perry of the White Piano Group. The aim of this podcast is to understand a bit more about the entrepreneurs, to understand what make them to start their own business, and we want to learn a lot with them because we know that nowadays a lot of people are starting their own business, and it's good to understand with the people that are in the field already to understand their difficulties, the boundaries, the fears that they have because this is a path road with a lot of stones and a lot of fears. I don't know, probably it will be great if you can talk a bit about yourselves for us to understand your path until today. I don't know, Adam, want to start?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Adam Perry. I'm the CEO of White Piano Group. I've always been into fashion. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, California. Um, Moved around a lot and was always just trying to progress from a young age. I was trying to enter my field that I knew I was going to enter, which was fashion, and here we are. Here we are with White Piano Group.
And I'm Isaiah Pheiffer. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at White Piano Group. And very similar story to Adam. I moved to Los Angeles when I was about 17, studied fashion for a few years, ended up doing some celebrity styling, working with musicians and so forth. And then when COVID happened, took an unexpected turn, of course, ended up moving to Italy for a few years where I met Adam over in Milan, and we started White Piano Group together, and it's been rolling ever since.
So the pandemic situation for you both, it was not so bad.
It could have been a lot worse. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were fortunate in the grand scheme of things.
Absolutely. And at the time, we were living in Italy during the height of COVID. So
Yeah, September 2020. Yeah.
I've been in Milan at this time. I was in a trade fair, Milano Unica. I was working there. So, but the question I have always for all the business guys is why? Why did you started your own business? Because we know that a lot of people like fashion. I know that you both like art. I like art too. But why doing a business like this? Because it's a tough business and you are in a tough market. So why doing it?
you know, I think there's going to be many reasons why anybody would start their own business, but I think the fundamental value for me was more so the freedom to create something that maybe didn't exist here on Earth before. And I think that was one of the biggest inspirations as to why to start a business and why to enter business was to vocalize what I wanted to express to the mass consumers as well as just people all over the world was what I had to say, my voice.
Yeah, do you want to say about it?
For myself, I wasn't sure if I was going to start a business at some point until I met my business partner, and it was undeniable at that moment that this was the route that I was going to take, and it was the best decision of my life for sure. So it wasn't I wasn't in pursuit of entrepreneurship. I was just in pursuit of design and art, and seeing where that took me, and that ultimately led me to my business partner and starting my piano group.
So it seems that Adam was an angel in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember we met in Portugal. I think it was in final of the last year, correct?
Yeah.
You were developing some things. We were developing something too. And I remember, and you spoke now about doing some different things, something that wasn't in the market already. And I remember that we spoke about your philosophy at the time we've met, because you were trying to build a brand with art blend with fashion, blend with some special features. Because I remember we were speaking about, for example, now I think this is not an issue for you. You were developing a shirt with some special features, and the question I have following that is, in terms of fashion business, in terms of giving a point of differentiation in this business that is tough, because some brands focus in more lower quality and tougher prices. And with the crisis, we know that the majority of the clients go to the most competitive price. And some brands like you think a little bit out of the box. You want to give your own vision to the business. You want to have your own philosophy, your own dreams. You want to build something different. And what you think that is the future for the fashion? Because we are seeing that some brands focus more in uh, sustainability associated to organic fibers, some associated to recycled fibers, some associated, for example, you choose long-lasting products, so that the products you are using are higher quality. So, what do you think that will be the future for the fashion business? What do you think it is the most sustainable thing for you? I don't know if I was clear in the question.
No, you were clear. Well, like you were saying, I mean, in fashion business, I think there's a few things that are inevitable, and that's sustainability being a focal point for businesses and consumers. I think that's undeniable, and it's either get on board or head out. And same with, you could even, like you were saying, we were developing materials with specific characteristics when we were out in Portugal with you, and I think that's something else that is eventually going to be inevitable within the industry is um, smart textiles, and
with
textiles that
with
actually
long lasting quality,
absolutely, yeah,
because
the product
instead
life cycle.
instead of using a shirt and washing it 3, 4, 5 times and put it on the trash, if we you like you are doing with higher quality products, you can have it. Because I remember once I was young, I had a woody that I received it once I have 7, and I wear it until I was 10. Nowadays, in some brands, you cannot do. If we do it like you are doing, using long lasting products with a higher quality, I truly believe too, in my personal point of view, but not what is the most important thing here. But I truly believe that this is the most sustainable thing we can have, is long lasting products. And of course, as you are saying and as you are doing, with special features, with intelligent textiles, yeah. But for you, for now you enter in the business, you enter in the market, and you are doing a extremely good job, because I'm following everything that you guys are launching. It seems that every lunch is like an Hollywood movie. Congratulations for that. But for you, what will be the future for your brand from now on? Because you started walking, and you need to be always creating something, correct? But what will be the future for your brand? What you are thinking? Share with us.
Well, firstly, on behalf of your last question, I think in terms of where the world of fashion is headed from a consumer standpoint, I think you're going to see a drastic drop in quantity of people's closets, right? And people are going to really they're gonna streamline quality, long format product over things you can have for a couple weeks or a couple months at that. But uh, I think you're going to see a major uptick in that. And then in terms of this question, what do you expect from us, or what are we presenting to you? We're going to see a lot of strategies that lead us to hiring, or I guess elevating our brand attention and visibility in the world of fashion, as well as marketing ourselves and getting that marketability to be able to provide more and more of these products, these high quality products that you speak of to our consumers.
And then that leading into obviously broadening the product segments that we curate to, and that leaves the fashion space into home goods, home goods and children's toys, for instance. And we really want White Piano Group to touch on all realms of creativity and art and design. So fashion might be the focus point at the moment and within the near future, but long term, we definitely want to touch on all aspects of design, life design.
Oh, yeah, basically, what you guys are trying to do is to give your touch, your personal touch in world of art. Because nowadays, what I'm realizing, and yeah, I truly agree that we need to decrease the amount of clothes we have in the at home, um, having long lasting. But it seems that nowadays there are no boundaries between fashion and art. Everything is blended because you can have your expression in everything you wear. Nowadays, I remember I'm from a small town in Portugal. I remember in my earlies, if a person wears a different type of clothes, everyone look at it and point a finger or think, "Oh, this guy is not normal." But nowadays, fortunately, this changed because everyone can wear whatever you want. Following that, it seems that nowadays we don't have just fashion; we have art. This is a different aspect. From my point of view, from my experience, uh, like you guys, we receive a lot of people that want to produce in Portugal. But in the earliest, once I entered in the business 15 years ago, the majority of the brands that wanted to Portugal was the brands that wanted to the simple T-shirt, the simple hoodie, the sweater, uh, smaller items of personalization. So everything was simple. And nowadays, no. Nowadays, we have a lot of companies, a lot of players receiving a lot of new brands, new startups trying to do super different things. Uh, Bodies with bonded seams, with the special features on the fabric, special features on the sewing, special features on the prints, uh, with the electronic things. So nowadays, the fashion is not just fashion. Fashion is technology, it's art. So everything changed nowadays, and we are realizing that this new young generation that is entering business is giving a lot of inputs, and we are decreasing the amount of the productions that we do. You guys know it nowadays. There are not so many companies that does thousands of garments per month. We decrease the quantity, but we increase the quality and the design and the art that we input in the garments. We have several partners here in the field that the majority of the pieces that they do is pure art. Once you look to a garment, you don't want to wear it like yours because you have small details on the back, on on every aspect of the garment. Everything changed, and I truly understand you guys. You like art. I've been seeing some paints that Isaiah is showing in the socials, and I have a question from my personal point of view because I like painting too. I've some draws already for some books. And why do you think to proceed with this too? Uh, or do you think to proceed with this in your own company of fashion? Because you want to enter, you want to increase and to add your personal, your art philosophy business. You want to blend it.
It's a good question. For me right now, art and painting is just a different medium of design, and most of my paintings, whether uh, whether while I'm actually working on it or away from it, it's just another realm for my mind to be on white piano and design. So I mean, I'd have to talk to talk to Adam if we're going to blend that in some way or another. But like you said, they coexist, and uh, the one helps the other, and the other helps the other. So if I'm painting, it's helping fashion. If I'm working on fashion, it's helping my painting. They co-inspire each other.
It's a path that you will build together, correct? If it was not like that, white piano, it will not be what it is being right now.
I would agree. From a creative standpoint, yeah, it helps clear thoughts, helps clear my mind a lot, and I come up with my best ideas for white piano while painting or conversing with Adam. It's one or the other, so it's mutually beneficial.
And entering more deep in the business because majority of people want to know it, and probably before starting your own business, you had this kind of questions, doubts. What kind of challenges did you guys had on starting this business? Because I truly understand that this business is not easy for the guys that want to enter in the market because sometimes you don't know what is the better partner to start. You don't know what is the better country to produce. Sometimes you have higher minimums to start with a product. What was the, the biggest challenge that you guys had and what you guys having right now too?
I think I think one of the main challenges a lot of startup founders are going to incur is one of two things actually. Is either spending time on the wrong things, so kind of delaying your starting point. I think there's a lot of greatness that comes from just starting, right? Even before you have the product. But because a lot of things can roll out outside of the product being there. In fact, that can even be something that comes immediately after that. But the other thing I'd say is spend time on the right things, which will ultimately affect what I was previously stating, and just try to stick it out. You don't need $100,000 to start a company or even a fashion business for that matter. Uh, you just need to have grit and you need to create a team. I think a lot of people want to do it alone now, and the best advice I could give is to create a team because initially it was just Isaiah and I, and now we're up to 4 people total. We have our chief brand officer, Josh Posen, sorry, and then we have our chief sustainability officer from India, who is Prakhar Shukla. And having a team has been the greatest thing of all because it's almost as if there's 8 people.
You cannot embrace the full world. And if you are talking about design, about accounting, about marketing, about everything, you will be lost at some point.
Yeah,
If you have some partners that deals with, for example, Isaiah likes a lot of part of design. Probably he thinks about new things, always thinking this is a muscle. If you need this muscle to do a different uh, um, situation, be focused in a different situation in numbers, for example, will be lost in terms of sign muscle, sign. line. I understand because once I'm more in the deep ground of the business, I cannot paint, I cannot write. This is I, tr- I totally agree with you that we need to build a team. In the final, the business is about people. If we are alone, and I understand that in the beginning, and I totally agree with you. You don't need $1,000 to start a business, but I totally understand that the beginnings are not easy for you. It was not easy at times that you probably you was wake up until 3, 4, 5 thinking about things and trying to go around and try to find the good part or try to avoid losing time with the things that you don't need. But sometimes some people has some ideas and no one believe it. They cannot have a team, and is what it is. We need to work what we have in hand. And it is good to know that you guys had each other in the beginning, because this makes the things totally easy, totally easy. And but nowadays, guys are 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 good for now, I guess. Guys launched already some products, some beautiful and good products. You are your train is movement right now. What kind of challenges that you guys have now is different on starting, and once the train is on movement, probably you have different challenges.
Yeah, absolutely. I think from a business perspective as well as the creator's perspective, it would be different. But as a totality, I think, you know, there's problems that are always going to arise. Like, for instance, consumers' fulfillment processes being messed up for that matter, which is, always a tough thing to bear because you don't want to upset a customer or whatever. And you want to ensure that the products that they're receiving and their purchase orders are being met in a not only quality like manner, but also a timely manner, which has been promised to them. And that's been one of the major factors is QC and fulfillment processes. But
Yeah, I mean, it's still a climb, whether it's pre-launch or post-launch. Even with the ball rolling now, and as we get closer to our show, like Adam said, there's new challenges every day, and there's new problems to conquer every day that we've never faced before, and just to echo what Adam said about having a team. I mean, it's a force multiplier. There's multiple brains working on a problem if necessary. There's a melting pot of ideas and solutions, and um, multiple people who are capable of handling um, anything. So that is what I've found to be like the biggest help in terms of tackling the challenges that are constantly arising as a new business. And I don't think that's going to be changing. I mean, every day there's going to be something new, and as the business scales, so the team has to as well. And it's just kind of maintaining that.
Yeah, because you are working with people, you are selling to everything change. The people
Exactly.
are dynamic. Uh, it is what it is. What it is.
yeah,
And what kind of lessons? Because you're saying that you guys are learning, and I'm pretty sure that you guys learn all the day. What
Mhm.
kind of lessons did you guys learn since the beginning? Because you guys were not in the fashion business, correct? You guys study, but being on the field is a totally different. Right?
Yeah.
What kind of lessons did you guys learn? Because I always say when I talk with the business guys that having a business and starting a company since the ground is like making an MBA, but in the field.
yeah,
It's because you learn a lot. You learn about accounting, about international marketing. about design, about logistics, about product, about textiles, about yarns, about finishings, about sewing. You guys learn about everything. You need to learn about everything. What kind of lessons did you guys like it most, and what kind of lessons you guys like it most?
Yeah, the lessons that I've learned or that have resonated the most thus far is that it's easy to have the biggest scale of a vision beforehand and think that everything's going to be able to be executed all at once. So I think the biggest lesson is that not everything is possible all at once. Um, you have to maintain that massive vision for the company and the brand, but then you have to really break it down into these micro steps to achieve the macro. And the biggest lesson I've learned personally is how to really take it step by step or brick by brick without losing focus of the overarching vision for white piano and being able to say, okay, our focus is here right now, and if we execute that well, that's going to allow us to move our focus to the next step on the staircase. So that's been personally my biggest lesson.
You were saying that your focus right now is in the fashion and the future. If everything goes well, and I'm pretty sure that everything will be well for you guys because you guys know what you guys are doing. Do you guys? I'm sure that you guys now are more focused in US, correct? In terms of selling. Did you guys think? Because I know this is step by step, and you are thinking to develop new products, but in terms of internationalization and developing new markets, did you guys? And once you guys as this Italian connection. Did you guys think to internationalization to make an enter in the European market? I know that nowadays everyone can sell in Europe because I can buy your products if I want. But do you guys want to increase your marketing position for European market? Because your products, I'm just saying is this because I look to your products. I feel that this kind of products will sell pretty well in you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, our main focus right now is the U.S. market. It's our territory. It's where we essentially began with the company, and so we want to focus on providing these people and the U.S. citizens with a great product, as well as everywhere around the world digitally. But U.S. is our main focus, and in terms of Europe, that's a focus for later. Absolutely, I think, as you said, Europe is gonna eat up white piano essentially, and what comes with that, I mean, I think what that means is we have made a product based around, I guess, this essence of Europe and brought it to the States to some degree. And I think that's why it's going to resonate with everybody because it has cultural values. All of our products have cultural values from all over the world. Our team is from all over the world. We have someone from India, someone from New York, someone from Canada, someone from the United States is, again. And I think those values allow us to reach those markets as much as we can right now, but definitely the main focus is the US.
Your your product is more universal because
Well,
we once we study the American market, we see some brands that you understand that this design is more for Texas, and
mhm.
you see some brands that this design is more for California, this design is more for New York. But some brands, and I'm not a designer, but I'm some years, and some brands can blend it all. This U.S. blood with the European one, some brands can be universal. And we were thinking with this external movement that is internationalization. And for me, one important thing is Why producing in Portugal? Because we know that your guys has a lot of production in play, a lot of factories, and we
Mm,
know that there's a lot of production too in South America. Why producing in Portugal?
yeah. Well, we have products getting made in multiple locations, including the states, including Los Angeles. But specifically with our shirtings, uh, we wanted to work with Portugal because of the standard that we knew them to uphold. And at the time, we were full time in Milan, and it wasn't too far away. That's shifted a little bit now, but yeah, we felt like the Portugal standard resonated with the white piano standard, and you guys proved that to be true through our meetings and working with you guys um, as well as Elizabeth for more sourcing. And it's been a fantastic process and partnership working with everybody in Portugal. But the standard and the quality that the country upholds. Was just perfectly in alignment with what we were looking for white piano.
This is good to know because I'm a Portuguese. I want to understand what we are doing well, and I'm realizing that it seems that Portugal is in vogue in US because we are receiving a lot of companies and some bigger ones that want to have a position in Portugal to produce some from California and some from New York because yeah, we have a good weather, we have a good standards of quality. I believe that the majority of the Portuguese guys that are in this field, we have a good conversation. I think we are pretty flexible, so I totally understand why the companies, the brands want to work with it. But do you want to increase your presence in Portugal because you're saying that you have multiple uh, over you have in probably you have in California, you have in Portugal, probably in India, correct?
Yeah.
But do you want to increase more your presence in Portugal? Do you have any product that you see that is made in Portugal and we guys as quality too?
Yeah, well, we definitely want to stick with our shirtings out in Portugal, like our woven shirtings, and as well as our ribbing. And like you said, we do have product in India as well. Like some of our couture gowns are being assembled and embroidered in India with Crocker, who handles that. And we have some of our runway stuff also being made in Italy. And we definitely want to expand when the time comes in which we can for the European presence in not only sales but manufacturing as well. And like we said, the standard that Europe upholds in terms of quality control and their authenticity and communications is definitely something we plan on continuing with and trying to grow as well. It just really depends on the specific product and where is not only most cost effective, but where we can get that cost effectiveness without sacrificing quality. And still be able to execute product in the timely manner that's necessary.
Okay. I I have another question that is question slash a question slash an exercise is if I were a new guy that doesn't know anything about business and I met you guys and I know that you guys are businessmen now. You guys know how to start a business. You guys know that you cannot go from this side, go for this side if you want to do these things. What kind of advices that you guys will give to a guy that want to start a business in fashion, for example?
Yeah, like we said earlier, I'd say definitely create a team. Look, be the person that can make someone believe in what you're talking about, right? Because influence means you believe that I believe what I'm saying. And what that means is you have the ability to sell this to anyone and everybody that you come encounter with. And like we said earlier, I think building a team is one of the most important things. Upholding a structured and valuable culture within your organization is imperative. So I think that's the number one thing is building that team, getting people to believe in the organization, sacrificing maybe a percentage in the company, understanding that 50% of a big thing is better than 100% of a small thing. And that's just, it's an imperative that you have a team and you build with people that truly and genuinely believe in that which you're building. And knowing what their strengths are, knowing what their weaknesses are, and being able to allocate their strengths to the right areas within the business, and that'll help you scale for sure.
Yeah. So in the final, the most important thing is people.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Always.
Always.
You can have a good MBA. You can have a good CV, a good path, but if you don't have the right persons working with you and helping you, you cannot go further. Right? Probably you can go, but it will take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and you will lose a lot of strength, a lot of opportunities, because if you have persons working with you, all of them will give some inputs, correct? So
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm just grabbing my laptop to try to be back. But Adam will continue.
Yes, sir.
can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems that stop a bit. It's okay. Stop a bit.
You're good. I hear you loud and clear.
So I have just two more questions. One, you guys asked already, is about sustainability. What kind of actions your company does for sustainability? Because this is a trend and this is a must be. But you guys answered already. More than using organic cotton or recycled cotton or lyocell or viscose, you guys use long-lasting products. So I think this is the first step for all the brands. If you use a long-lasting product, you will make a good thing for the environment. So I think this question is already answered. The other question is, if you guys if you guys think, or if you guys believe that this is important for the business, if you guys has any initial any social initiatives to the society that is around you.
Well, since it's important to us as founders, it's important to the business. It's a priority, and along with having Crocker be the chief sustainability officer, who he gives the thumbs up to all the materials that we use in terms of packaging and fulfillment and product. We also have our upcycling program called Reorchestrated, which is a major segment or sector of our business where we give old product new life. Like you said, there's just an abundance of clothes and garments that are forgotten about. So we prioritize giving old products new life as part of our sustainability initiatives. And luckily with Crocker, he's extremely well versed in this wheelhouse, and without him, it's not even possible. So for us in this moment, so that again falls back onto the importance of having a team there, so we can have someone with a complete focus on that, and making sure that we're kind of meeting these standards and initiatives, whether it's with Reorchestrated or with our packaging and fulfillment processes. And as we continue to grow, we have some other initiatives in mind, working with certain charities and foundations to continue to recycle old clothes and upcycle and donate as well.
Yeah, this is important. This is important. This upcycle thing associated to this charity programs, because you can blend the fashion business with this kind of needs and demand that the market has, because we know that the textile business and the fashion business um, adds a lot of trash in the world. Of course, in countries like US or probably here in Europe, we cannot see it so much because this trash goes to different areas, and some is being recycled and some not. And using this upcycle to help these programs, this is a super good idea, because nowadays the people change a lot the clothes you have at home, and the majority of the clothes that some people put in the trash is in a good shape, and a lot of people can use it. I can tell you, for example, here in Portugal, we are having a lot of stores, small stores, that are reselling, and some apps on the internet too. So this can be a good thing for the brands to upcycle. And as I was saying, I think this is the most sustainable thing, because to have these programs and to fill uh, uh, to fill these apps with clothes, your clothes need to be long lasting. Because if it is not long lasting, you will not have the opportunity to share this with these charity programs. And I think you guys are doing pretty well. Adam and Isaiah, I want to say thank you for your time. This was our first podcast. I know that you guys are in the beginning, but I want to schedule a second podcast in 1 year, because for sure you guys will have a huge brand in US, and we want to learn a little bit more and to understand how this path was done. And I will enjoy to talk with you again. Okay.
We can
Thanks.
absolutely make that happen.
Thanks
We'd
for your
love to.
time.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for having us and spreading the white piano message. This is a great honor.